Hey there. So let's take a peek here. It is Wednesday, I believe. Here's where we're at. So the top cap is sanded. This is the rough sand. So I'm still going to have to go over it smooth. All of the posts are finished sanded with 100 grit. Now, to eliminate all swirl marks, you have to literally go to 220. They say in Armstrong that 80 grit is where you stop. I found that 100 grit absorbs just fine, and it reduces the amount of swirl marks. So that's where I end it, is 100 grit. That's also what I do with the deck. 80 grit leaves it kind of rough. So anyway, I got all the sides, except for that one right against the wall. I got all the top cap. This one I started getting the edge on. So this needs to be finished sanded with 100 grit. The posts are good. I'll take you around here. And then I started sanding because even with the floor sander, I'm going to have to cut in the edges where the floor sander doesn't get. That took about a minute. So, I mean, I'm just going to see where we can get. I got my new phone, so I'm going to call tomorrow and see about reserving that floor sander. But the next thing, we're going to have to set all these screws. So, anyway, let me finish showing you what I did today, and then we'll talk about tomorrow. Now, this piece of plywood, I'm leaving alone because then I'd have to do all of these, and they're a pain in the butt. So I sanded the rim joist. You can see I sanded the posts all the way around. Got the rim joist, got the ends of the wood. Looking really good. What in the hell? I missed a spot. You didn't see that though. It'll be gone. I'll go over that. But yeah. Now, here's another thing I wanted to point out. Most of these posts, check this out. Finger tight. Bottom one, finger tight. So anyway, I'm not going to take it off here, but then if you look, like, let's look at the next one. See the distance in between the washer? Finger tight. Finger tight. Finger tight. Finger tight. You get the picture. So here's what I'm thinking. I have to sand all the way around these bolts. It's going to be a pain in the butt. It's up to you. But I either come through here with hand sandpaper and do that, or we go ahead. I'll grab one of these bolts actually to take home. Another one finger tight. And all that's probably from is when you put the wood in, it was probably wet. It probably dried out and it probably shrank. So even though I'm sure it was tight at first, you can see though, it shows in the structural fitness of the railing. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably take all those out, not all at once. Like what I'm thinking is I take probably just one out at a time and sand it. We'll just have to play with it. If I can take both out and the post doesn't move on me, great. But usually I'll just take one out. I'll sand that part. I'll put it in, put the other, one at a time. And just to sand that little spot. But then when I do it, I'll go ahead and tighten all this railing. Because, I mean, look at it. And, I mean, I'm guessing finger tight. The lower one's tight. You can see me moving the bolt. Finger tight. So they could use a Titan anyway. I don't know if that's something you'd rather do yourself to save money. But since I have to sand down there anyway to make it look right, I'm thinking I go ahead, pull those bolts out one at a time. I sand it. I tighten them to spec. They should be solid after that, ready to go. Now, I need to finish sand the top cap. I need to finish sand these, hitting all the edges. So tomorrow, my goal is to finish these in 100 grit, finish the top cap in 100 grit, do the bolts. Then the next thing is going to be setting the screws. Now, Friday, I have no daycare, and I have 2 kids. Well, I have 3, but 2 of them have an issue with daycare. So I'm thinking if it's okay with you, I'm going to try. That would be the day I'd probably come here and mess with the bolts because I'm right here. They can be around. They can, they can kind of hang out with me on the 4th of July. And maybe we could get that done because it shouldn't. I'm hoping I can get that done within 4 hours, like a half day. And with 2 kids, that could turn into a full day. But I will only, I'm not going to charge you for that. But if I can if I have a job that takes 4 hours and I bring the kids, it's nice to know that I have plenty of time, and that it may not work out. But that's my idea, is get the top cap finish sanded, get all those boards finish sanded, get all this touched up, because there's going to be a couple spots where I go in with hand paper. And anyway, I want to have this deck, by the time I get the sander, I want to have everything ready to go. So I'll probably cut in around this. I'll have all these screws set. That'll be a whole nother day of doing, we'll just see how far I get. If it's available Monday, great. I may get it for Tuesday just to make sure I can get all these set. Once we're done there, it's going to be a pretty straight shot of staining. I figure once we're done there, I'll get it sanded. Once all the sanding and sawdust is done, then I can start staining the railing out here. I can start getting some of that done, because I do want to do 2 coats. I really think it's gonna kill. I mean, it's gonna work the best, because we've got some thirsty raw wood. But anyway, that's a look at what I got done today, and I'll just keep plugging away at it. Hopefully it looks good. I'm actually pretty impressed. I hope we have a before picture, because this is going to be quite a transformation.